Welcome to our channel. Today we will delve into the fascinating and terrifying story of one of France's most famous serial killers, Michel Fournier. His name evokes fear and terror because numerous murders are associated with his name, which shook the whole country. Michel Fournier was born on March 4, 1946 in the city of Nanterre, near Paris. He had a difficult childhood, his parents divorced, and he grew up in an ordinary but troubled family. Many psychologists believe that it is childhood trauma that can become a catalyst for behavior that later leads to violence. Already in adolescence, Michel showed signs of aggression and antisocial behavior. Fournier entered the criminal register at a young age, but at first his crimes were small-scale. However, over time, his actions became more and more serious. In the 1970s, he became a person of interest to the police when young women began to disappear. No one could provide an explanation for their disappearance until a witness came forward. That pointed to Michel. In 1974, Fournier was arrested for the murder of a 17-year-old girl. During the investigation, he never admitted his guilt. His lawyer eloquently argued that he could not have committed the murder because he was intoxicated. The court, however, did not find enough evidence to convict him, and Fournier was soon released. This incident marked the beginning of his terrible career as a serial killer. He continued his activities, and over time the number of victims increased. Michel chose girls and young women who perfectly fit his cruel and scary profile. He was very careful in changing his killing methods to avoid being caught. His tactics were extremely well thought out. He often used the form of various authority figures to lure his victims. One of the likely reasons he remained at large for so long was his ability to manipulate people. He generously used his charisma to create the illusion of benevolence and security. But in the end, his crimes did not go unnoticed. After several years of searching, in 1987, the police finally arrested him based on witness statements and collected evidence. When the police started questioning Fournier, he tried to claim that it was all a big mistake and that he couldn't be the culprit. However, the results of the investigation revealed shocking facts. During the arrest, numerous physical evidences were found in his apartment, which indicated that he was actually guilty. In 1996, the court sentenced him to life imprisonment for the murders of 8 women, although, according to estimates, his victims could be much more. Fournier enjoyed great popularity in the media, and his behavior attracted the attention of many psychologists and criminologists. They tried to understand what caused his cruelty. Did childhood trauma really happen, or was it rather an innate trait of his character? His research concluded that psychopathy is one of the main aspects of his personality. Unlike many serial killers, Fournier never felt remorse for his crimes. His interviews with journalists were often manipulative. He tried to create the image of a victim. However, many scientists pointed out that his behavior is characteristic of psychopaths who are able to steal trust and respect by analyzing human emotions very subtly and cold-bloodedly. The story of Michel Fournier becomes a perfect example of how darkness and evil can hide under the mask of an ordinary person. He was not just a murderer, but a man who demonstrated how one person can cause enormous damage to society. Michel Fournier is currently serving his sentence in one of the French prisons. His name will go down in history as a symbol of brutal serial murder, and his crimes will always inspire horror and fear. This story reminds us that evil can find its way in any form, and it is important to be vigilant and careful. We hope you enjoyed our story about Michel Fournier. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our new releases. Thanks for watching.